Hello guys, you are welcome back to my channel. Here is Rhema Healthy Way, your home of healthy recipes. You are well appreciated. Thank you for clicking on this video. So guys, today I am going to share a very simple recipe with you on how I prepare my elderberry syrup at home. Okay, you would want to try because this is very helpful health wise, and you don't want to miss this particular recipe, or you don't want to miss this with your family. You want to try and know how it is. All right, so these are the list of ingredients that I am using on this recipe. You can use fresh ginger root, or you can as well use ginger powder, either of this, but I chose to use fresh ginger root. Okay, so I'm also using cayenne pepper, cinnamon stick. You can as well use cinnamon powder if that's what you have at home, or that's what you have at your disposal. It's okay, it's perfectly okay. And I am using lemon as well. You will need cloves, and don't forget that this is going to be step by step, but to begin, you have to get your elderberry and all other ingredients into your cooking pots or your pot. So then you have to put the honey somewhere. You set it aside because it's going to be added later on, not now. You are not going to need the honey now. Some people use sugar, but I don't recommend sugar. Okay, other people also go using maple syrup and other syrup of their choice, but I chose to use honey. All right, so don't worry, you can use whichever you want, but I don't recommend sugar. So this is it, and I'm using 1 cup of elderberry, and make sure you get enough water. And note that this is a syrup and you don't need too much water. All right, but you have to measure the quantity of water that you are using as compared to the quantity of elderberry that you are using, and also the quantity that you want to make at the end of the day. So you have to make sure all the ingredients are well combined, and be sure you are using a clean water, or cold distilled water, in a heavy saucepan. Yeah, so you have to allow this to boil, but make sure heat is a bit reduced, and then make sure the pan or the saucepan you are using is the one that you can cover. But at a point you have to uncover it for about, even as it's still on fire, or even as it's still on heat, you have to uncover it at a point. And note that this is going to take about 30 to 40 minutes, or about, because you have to do this with a low medium heat. Okay, a low or medium heat, sorry. So at the end of the day, okay, let's go ahead. So this is my cloves, but before, let me explain into the benefits that we gain from taking elderberry syrup, or elderberry as a thing. So let's get into it as I usually do, and as I've said already, I'm not going to get into some of the ingredients. So this is your cayenne pepper. So I want you to know, starting from cayenne pepper, I want you to know that cayenne pepper helps you to boost your metabolism, and it also helps reduce hunger by making you feel fuller. That's why some people will normally like to add cayenne pepper to their weight loss journey, weight loss diet, weight loss juicing, and all this kind of stuff, weight loss teas and all that. Okay, because of the kind of things that it can do. It makes you feel fuller, and also note that it helps you to lower blood pressure, and it's aid digestive health as well. Also, it helps you to reduce or release pains. Okay, so this is about this is about cayenne pepper. So to talk about that it helps support our cardiovascular health, and it helps also reduce inflammation and pains, flu, cold, and all that. And we know it also helps our digestive health, which is also very important for every human being. So at this point, anytime I make my elderberry, I make sure that I don't add the peel to it. But some people may also like to add the peel. My reason for not adding the peel to it, it's medicinal, it's healthy, yes, but I don't want to add to it because sometimes it becomes so bitter and I don't like the taste. So I usually prefer to go with the liquids than to add the peels to it. But then if you want to use the peels, then it's okay, there is nothing wrong, it's a choice. You can do that as well. That is also okay. I mean, so guys, let's talk about elderberry. So to begin with, I want you to know that they are rich in antioxidants and vitamins. It helps ease inflammation as well, and may as well help boost your immune system. It could be used to treat flu, cold, pains, arthritis and all those kind of joint pains and all that. So it can also be used to treat fever, headaches, constipation, and kidney problems and certain skin conditions. It also helps you to manage your stress, among others. So if you have anything like such, it is important to get this at home. So at this point, guys, I want you to know that you will have to leave it to cool down, so that you'll be able to strain it and then add your honey to it later, which is very important. As I have said already, I recommend honey and not sugar. So yeah, this is it. Okay, for that you can choose to use a strainer, but a strainer is not enough. You may need something better than a strainer. So you can use any nappy, any clean white nappy that you have at home, any good nappy, any clean one of your choice. But I used the strainer, and also the next thing that I used was a nut milk bag, and it was perfectly okay for me. All right, you are going to need a spoon to mash or squeeze all those juicy out of it, and I am using potato masher, and you can as well use potato masher if you have some at home, or if not, you can use any other thing that you think is clean enough to press it well for you. So before my time runs out, I want you to know elderberries can be used for gummies. It's used for teas, syrups, like I'm doing for pills, and some also use it for jam, for food coloring, and even wine. So it is used for a lot of things, if you ask me. And okay, so I want you to also note, it is very important, note that its elderberries interact or can interact with drugs designed to suppress the immune system, okay, undermining their efficacy. And also you will also want to note that in as much as elderberry serves as lots of health benefit, it also has other side too. Okay, as I usually say, that too much of everything is bad. Anytime you want to use elderberry, be sure of the quantity that you are using. Please do not abuse it because it's healthy. Do not abuse it. Okay, all right. So you have to also know that people with autoimmune disorders should avoid it, and also if you are pregnant. All right. So the last but not the least thing that I want to tell you about elderberry is that the quantity. All right, after this syrup, you can keep this in the refrigerator, if not consumed immediately. If you made it in in a big quantity or something like this, and you are not taking the syrup immediately, maybe something small that you are taking immediately or something like this, you have to make sure that it is safe in the refrigerator, and this can last up about 3 months. And make sure that it is in a seal and store in the refrigerator. As I'm saying, it's have to be covered well, very very well. So guys, this is it. So I've been able to take in the other ones, the other part of my syrup, and this is my honey. So at this point, it is already cool. It is cooled. It has cooled. It is cold. I mean, you know, it has cooled down, and you want to add your honey. So you have to always make sure that anytime you are adding honey to something, a beverage, it shouldn't be too hot. It shouldn't be a hot beverage. Avoid adding honey to hot beverages. It is not healthy. Thank you. So at this point, after, as I said, you can keep this in the refrigerator and be taking it just by 1 teaspoon in the morning, and it's okay, and maybe also in the evening. So don't abuse this. Kids can take it, but a little of it, just but like the small spoon, and it's fine. So if you have any of these things that I mentioned in this video, you can just want to try and see. So this is my syrup. It's ready, and I usually make this, or I usually prepare this and keep it in the refrigerator and take it from time to time. Even when I'm not sick, I don't have to wait for me to be sick, because it is important. I always take some in the morning and also in the evening as well. And trust me, this is so helpful, and you would want to try. So thank you very much for visiting this channel today. May God richly bless you. Hey, my returning subscribers, I love you all. Bye bye.